Alexander Isak wants to explore options away from Newcastle. This is breaking news right now. And what a big story. Because for a lot of us, we all think that, yeah, potentially he could make the move. But the whole situation was based on the fact that would Isak push for it. And this is the result. So to recap what the situation has gone on, a few days ago, or a few weeks ago, I should say, a couple of weeks ago, 10 days, Newcastle were informed that Liverpool were interested in Alexander Isak. And since then, there's been a lot of things that have happened. Isak was omitted from the squad against Celtic, which they lost 4-0. Newcastle and the hierarchy, Eddie Howe, they all said they wanted him to stay in the club and he was nursing an injury. Then, a few days later, Newcastle going on their tour and their preseason tour, and Isak is not in the squad because he continues to nurse an injury. Now, a lot of the people that were on the in of or the know of all of this were saying that Alexander Isak with injury was fine and he was able to travel with the squad. And obviously the speculation then starts to begin. Is it because he wants to go to Liverpool or he wants to go to a Saudi club? And then we get this bombshell today. And this is going to go down in two ways. And we're going to talk about it now in a second. Before we get into that, let me know, what do you think of this whole situation? Do you think Alexander Isak is going to push for this move? And could he potentially be about to break the transfer record? Could Liverpool break the transfer record to bring him to their club? Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. But let's get into it. So, the two situations that this could go. Obviously, Newcastle do not want to sell. We'll talk about that first. They do not want to sell their star player, their player that has contributed to them so successfully over the last 3 years. They need to think about the situation Newcastle have been in. Like, he has been their star man, the person that has been able to be at the head of this project, and he's continued to develop at their club. They've gotten Champions League twice with him as their striker. And for someone the type of quality that he has, they're going to be playing Champions League again next year. You do not want to lose that. Not at all. So it makes sense. Now, with Newcastle wanting to go in for Ekatike, maybe there were some suggestions there that they obviously wanted to bring him in to replace Isak. They didn't obviously get him. They're looking at Visa now. And is that something that they feel like they knew that this situation might be coming? Remains to be seen. However, from how it's developing now, it seems like they were aware of it. And I think when we go to the other side of it, Liverpool, they put in their interest 10 days ago. Maybe they knew something that they felt like they could push for it. They've obviously went out and signed Ekatike. A lot of fans would have said that that's it, done. They've obviously went and they've put all their money into Ekatike for around 90 to 95 million pound or euro, sorry. And then, with this news coming out, Liverpool remain interested. Fabrizio has just reported that Liverpool are interested in a potential deal. I'd say what they could potentially want to do is push the boundaries for 120, 130 million. If Isak is then saying that he wants to make the move as well, then that is exactly what's going to happen. And with that as well, Newcastle are now looking at other alternatives in the forward area because they feel like this situation is something that could start to progress pretty quickly. So, an absolutely massive revelation. A lot of fans thought Liverpool were done in the transfer market, but that is not the case. They still probably are looking for another forward. Rodrigo is someone that's been talked about. I just did a video today, and you can go check that out here if you want to see that. Or they could be looking at a centre-back option, potentially another midfielder, and now they could potentially looking at another striker. It is absolutely crazy. Who in their right minds thought that Liverpool were going to go and spend potentially over 400 to 500 million euros this summer? No one. It is absolutely insane. But let me know what you think in the comments. What do you make of this transfer news? It is mental. But let's see how it progresses. There's a lot of time left in the window. So this deal could still 100% have a lot of weight. And it could get put through very, very soon.